Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Tastefully Balanced. I'm Miriam, and this is the second episode of the meal prep series. And in front of me is the final result of my Desi inspired meal prep plan. You guys, this took a little bit more effort than last week, but everything is gonna taste so delicious, totally worth the effort. And just think about it, you're not gonna have to spend any more time during the week to cook. So I think it's worth it. If you guys like Desi inspired meals and dishes, please subscribe and keep watching. All right, welcome back. So I figured I would lay out all the dishes in front of me. I've already made everything and put them in the container. The first is actually something that's very different and new to me personally, and it's called Upma, and I think it's a South Indian dish. Don't quote me on that. What it is a suji or cream of wheat vegetable dish. To make this dish, the first thing I did was boil 6 cups of water, and once the water was boiling, I added about 2 cups of mixed vegetables. What I used was some mix of green beans and carrots, but you can use whatever you want. I just had that in my freezer and I had just bought it, so I wanted to use that. So all I did was boil that for about 5 minutes until they were tender, and that's it. I turned it off, set the entire thing off to the side, and then started on my suji, or the cream of wheat. So what I did for that was I took a little bit of ghee, clarified butter, I let that warm up in the pan, and once it was warmed up, I added some mustard seeds to it. Once the mustard seeds started kind of popping and you can see it kind of fizz up in the oil, then I added some lime leaves. The lime leaves are purely for the flavor. They're a little fibrous to eat, so I wouldn't recommend keeping it in the dish. I pulled them out and I recommend you do the same. After I sauteed the lime leaves, I added an onion and I fried that up for a few minutes until I started seeing a little bit of color. For spices, I kept it really simple: cumin, turmeric, and curry powder, and salt, of course. Once I saw some color, I added about a cup of suji. You can see it's kind of golden in color. Once I kind of mixed that up and let the suji fry for a little bit, I went ahead and added the entire water and vegetable to the pan. Now you'll see this will start to thicken up really quickly. I did cover it to kind of quicken the process, but in 5 to 7 minutes you'll see that it thickens up very nicely. And that's really all I did. I at the end added some lemon juice to add another kind of flavor aspect to the whole entire dish, and that was it. It was a really simple dish. It's delicious. I tried it. It's so creamy and it's kind of a different take on oatmeal, I would say. Kind of, you know, not crazy spicy or anything like that. It's very mild, perfect for breakfast. So that is what I am going to be meal prepping for the entire week for breakfast. Now moving on to lunch. This is going to be my lunch for the week. I have egg curry, some okra bhaji, and brown rice. Brown rice, as usual, I just cooked in my rice cooker, so easy peasy. And with the okra, again, very easy. All I did was take some oil. I went ahead and added some onion and garlic once the oil was hot, and then I added a whole entire package of okra. Now I bought this big package of okra from Costco that was frozen. I just let it defrost a little bit, and then once it was defrosted, I put it in the pan, and that's really it. I just covered it up and let it steam and kind of melt all the ice off, and just let it cook for a little bit, about 5 to 6 minutes. After that, I lifted up the cover and I wanted to add my spices at that time. So for the spices, all I did was turmeric, cumin, and salt. Salt I added a little bit later so that I could taste it and add more, but that's it. I just let it kind of sit, and once all of the water evaporated and once I got the nice color and tasted it for being tender, that was all I wanted for the dish, and it's delicious. I personally love okra. It's not something I used to love, so again, acquired taste as I got older, but now I love it, and I love it as a veggie dish. So that was gonna be my veggie dish. And then for my lunch, I wanted to make my egg curry. So egg curry is something that I shared, I think, last year on my channel. I'll go ahead and link it in the description box below just so you can see it again. But it's really easy. It's like my other curries. It doesn't really require that many ingredients and that many spices, which is great. And it comes together really quickly, and it's my protein. So that is lunch. Lunch is, again, a little bit heavier, which is how I like it. It balances with a lighter dinner. So again, this week I was gonna do the same thing, have a pear or an orange as a snack. So that's also what I'm doing this week. For dinner, I wanted to keep it again lighter. Since I had carbs for breakfast and lunch, I wanted to find a different way and not have carbs for dinner. So for that, I made some cauliflower rice, and I made this so easy in my Instant Pot. All I did, if you guys have a Truvette that you can place inside your Instant Pot, then you can place something on top of it. I have this bowl that fits perfectly on top of it, and that's what I use. So I just put 1 cup of water on the bottom of my Instant Pot, put that bowl in, and in that bowl I put my riced cauliflower, which I buy riced already from Trader Joe's. I think I showed you guys that in my last haul. But all I do is just put it in that bowl, close the lid, and then on manual, I just put it for 1 minute. And that's it, guys, just 1 minute. And it will come up to pressure. It'll, do its thing, do its magic. And once it's done, just let it natural release for about 5 to 6 minutes. And then you can open up the lid. Your cauliflower is beautifully cooked and it's nice. Still has a crunch to it. It's not completely mushy, which is how I like it if I'm gonna have it with other things. And all I did then is add some of that onion salt that I bought from Trader Joe's and some turmeric. And that's really it. It goes great with all these Desi dishes, and it's a great complement to the rest of my dinner. And then the next thing I made was a veggie dish. This veggie dish is very similar to my okra, but this time with green beans. So I did the same kind of process. Took a pan, put some oil on it, put some onion and garlic, let that saute for a few minutes. I added my spices to the onion. Really doesn't matter. You could do it either way, to the vegetable itself or to the onion and garlic. So, but this time same spices, turmeric, cumin, and then salt I added later. And then I added all of my green beans. I bought this pack from Trader Joe's frozen. So I just added it frozen right onto the pan and covered it and let it kind of steam for a few minutes. But you just let it cook, you let the liquid all evaporate. Once you get it to be fork tender, ready to go. So another very easy veggie dish. So you can see kind of a pattern with my veggie dishes. I don't like to overcomplicate it, so that is what's gonna be for dinner. And then for my meat or protein, I decided I wanted chicken. So all I did for the chicken, I wanted to make a very easy, simplified tandoori masala chicken in the oven. For this, all I did was take a few pieces of chicken breast, slice them half so that they thinned out a lot, and then I added some yogurt, some garlic paste, ginger paste, and then this tandoori masala mix that I bought from the Indian store. And that's it. I just wanted to keep it really simple, really quick, and wanted to do multiple things at the same time. So I popped that in the oven for 15 minutes on broil. I like to broil it so it has a nice color on the top. Oh, I did forget that I did add a lemon on top. So that was purely for garnish and a little bit of color to the dish. Doesn't add too much flavor, so you can leave it out. But I just popped it in and it was done in about 15-20 minutes. And you can see the beautiful color. I love how beautiful this always turns out and how easy and foolproof it is. So I just went ahead and chopped that up into little pieces. And so that is going to be dinner. It's going to be the cauliflower rice, the green bean bhaji, and then the tandoori chicken. So that is dinner, nice and easy. I didn't portion dinner out because I figured we'd both be at home and I can just quickly warm them up on its own. So that's why I have them in just bigger containers this time around. All right, there you guys go. That is your meal prep for the week, Desi inspired. I know you guys think that Desi food can't be healthy, but I beg to differ. It just depends on how you prep it, how much oil you use, what kind of ingredients you use. But I challenge you to make whatever you love, whatever cuisine you love, healthy. It's not that hard, and it will yield very great results for you at the end. So anyways, if you guys like meal prepping like I do, please comment, like, share, and subscribe. And as always, live life tastefully balanced.